Here we have the data for the sales IQ problem. And at its basis, this problem deals with this issue. We have 20 salespeople, numbered 1 through 20, and we have the IQ scores and what we're calling the extroversion score, basically how friendly and outgoing they are, and the amount of sales they make per week. And the question that the company has is how much you can tell the executives about their salespeople. It's a more generalized question. What I'm going to take this as is an idea that, generally speaking, before we send our salespeople out on the floor, if we've given them these tests, we know their intelligence, we know their extroversion, we even know their salesperson number, assuming that has some effect. So those are our knowns. Those are our independent variables. Our only dependent variable, the thing that we need to know, is the amount of sales per week. And we're trying to figure out how do we predict who gets the most sales per week. So I'll go and do my regression. So data analysis, regression. And my Y range, what I'm trying to find out is my sales per week. And my X range, or what I know, is everything else. And I checked labels because I included the top row, and I click OK. All right, now my first regression is 41%, which is pretty poor. Pretty poor indeed. At least that's what the R-squared is. My p-values, it looks like my extroversion is definitely related, because the chances of it not being related are almost 0.5%. The salesperson number is almost definitely not related, because its p-value is 56. And I'm not sure about the intercept and the intelligence. Both of them are above 0.05, but not that far above. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the regression again without the salesperson number and see what I end up with. So I'm going to go back and do my regression. But now for my X range, I'm just going to pick intelligence and extroversion and run it again. My p-value is 40.6%. Before it was 41, so my R-squared, I'm sorry, not my p-value, my R-squared is actually slightly lower, which makes it still worrisome. My intercept is 0.14, which is above 0.05, which means that it has a fairly good chance of not being related. My intelligence has a p-value of 0.09, which is also above 0.05, but it's lower than it is for the intercept. So to give it another shot, I'm going to do the regression again, but this time I'm going to do it without my constant. So I'm going to set constant equal to 0. Wow. My R-squared is now 98%. Okay? So I love in my R-squared. My p-value on my intelligence is 0.0006. It's 0.06%. The p-value on my extroversion is extraordinarily low. So now I have a good regression that I can use. My equation for sales per week would be equal to 80 times the extroversion score plus 10.59 times my IQ score, more or less. Now, I'm more sure that extroversion is part of it than intelligence, and not only am I more sure that extroversion is part of it than intelligence, I can also see that extroversion has a higher impact on my sales than intelligence does. An extra point of extroversion is worth $80 more a week, while an extra point of intelligence is only worth $10.50 a week. So that's what I can tell the executives from this data.